Hello everyone. Today we are on the third part of our chapter. And in this part we will study about elements of map. In the previous two videos we have studied about what is map and globe, and then we have seen a video about what are the different types of maps. In this part we will study about what are the different elements that helps us to read a map. There are mainly 6 elements are there which is very much necessary to understand a map. If we learn all these things, then we can understand the map properly. The first one is the title of the map. On the top of every map, we can see its title. Title means what is the map about. We can see either it is a political map of North America, or physical map of South America, or a physical and political map of India. Like that, it will be written on the top of the map. Then that we call as the title of the map. The name of the map is the title of the map. The second one is directions. Directions are very important when we read a map. Usually the teacher says that it is in the western side, it is in the eastern side, or north or south. So if we know the direction, then only it will be easy for us to identify the places. So there are mainly 4 main directions called as cardinal directions, and 4 directions called intermediary directions are there. Let's see the directions here. North, south, east, where we can see the eastern side. Eastern side is the left hand side, east and the west. So these are the 4 directions: north, south, east and west. These 4 directions are called the cardinal directions, and the directions which come in between are called the intermediary directions. Intermediary directions. Which are the intermediary directions? Northeast, southeast, northwest and southwest. These are the 4 cardinal directions: north, south, east and west. And the middle directions are called intermediary direction: northwest, northeast, southwest and southeast. So these are the 8 important directions, and this directions helps us to understand about a place or locate a place. The next one is scale. Scale means the calculation. Every map is having its calculation, or every map shows the land distance or the ground distance and its ratio between the map distance. That means most of the maps usually use centimeters. 1 centimeter on the map is equal to 10 kilometers or 20 kilometers or 5 kilometers on the ground. So that ratio or that calculation, how we can find the distance on the map and on the ground, is called the scale of a map. There are mainly 3 types of scales are used. The first one is called the verbal statement method. That means according to this method, it will be usually written. You can see in your textbook here, statement of scale or verbal scale method. In this box, it is given clearly. All the 3 types are given. The first one is called the verbal scale method. That is 1:4 inches given, or 1 inch on the map is equal to 4 inches given on your book. Any way we can write. In your in maps or in your atlas, it is written 1 centimeter is equal to 1000 centimeter, or 10,000 or 1 lakh centimeter. That means 1 centimeter on the map is equal to 1 lakh centimeter on the ground. So it will be written in ratio, or it is to. The second one is representative fraction method. In representative fraction method, it will be written as in the fraction form, 1 by 50,000. That means 1 centimeter is equal to 50,000 centimeter on the ground. The next one is a graphical representation. These lines are given. 2 parts are there in this line, and this line also represents the distance on the map and on the ground. So these are the 3 important ways in which we can represent the scale on a map. The first one is it's a representative fraction method is there. Then the next one is we can see a linear scale method, and another one is statement of scale, that is verbal statement method. So these 3 methods are used. In the next part of your video, you can see a video in that so many descriptions about how to find and how we can understand the scale and what is the scale and how to calculate the scale with the help of latitude and longitude is shown. So you can see that in detail in the next part of the video. Next one is conventional signs and symbols. Conventional signs and symbols are again given in your page number 11. This conventional signs and symbols, you can see it here. This conventional signs and symbols tells us about what each and every sign represent in a map. It is not necessary that it is sometimes it is worldwide accepted and some are used in that particular map. That will be given on the place called here key and legends. In most of the maps we can see that a square box will be given. Sometimes color, what is the use that what color is used in the map will be written and its explanation will be written there. Sometimes signs will be there and that sign explanation of the signs will be given there. That we usually call it as the key and legend, and conventional signs and symbols are usually accepted worldwide, and that type of conventional signs and symbols are also used in a map. That is also another element that helps us to read a map. The next one is colors. So many colors are used in a map. For example, brown color for mountain, dark blue for deep sea, light blue color for seas, and oceans usually dark blue color is used, and sometimes a different color, green color is used. Like that, so many colors are used, yellow color, and all these things are having their own meaning. And these colors represent mountain, plain, plateaus, etc. So these colors are also very important, which helps us to understand where the mountain is located, where the altitude is high, where the altitude is less, where the deepness of the ocean is more and where it is less, like that. So these are the 6 important elements that helps us to read a map. Again, the first one is title, then the direction, scale, conventional signs and symbols, colors, keys and legend. Now we'll move to the next part of our video. In that you can see a PowerPoint presentation and a video attached. You can see it, and so many details will be given in that part.
And I think you all remember that. Now we are on the third part of our chapter, and this portion is called the elements of a map. The elements of a map are a compulsory component of a map. Without elements, our map becomes like an outline map. So it is very important to know about the elements of a map. There are 6 elements of a map. They are title, directions, scale, conventional signs and symbols, colors, key and legend. These are the 6 important components of a map. Now in your chapter it is given in a very short form because this is a base for your chapter. Along with that, in your class 6 you only have to study about the basic things. So we'll study it in a brief. So let's start the first one, that is title. Title is an essential component of a map. It tells us about the subject of the map. What the map is about will be explained, it will be given in the title of the map or on the top of the map, like political map of India, physical map of India, or political map of South America, North America, like that. It will be given as a heading. Now the second one is called the directions. It is also a very important component of a map. It helps us to find the direction. In most of the maps you can see on the side a square will be given where a compass will be shown, and there the directions will be written. So it also helps us to find the map and understand the map easily. The third portion is called the scale. The scale of a map means the ratio between the map distance and the ground distance. That means it is not possible to draw the exact country or a state or a place on a map. So it is reduced to a scale, or it is a miniature form of a place. And each and everything will be there, but in a miniature form or in a small form. So if we want to show a lake, or if we want to show a river, it is not possible to draw the exact there. So it will be shown along with that a small scale will be or the scale will be given. According to that we can understand it. That means the scale is a measurement used in a map, and if a map is there with a scale, that means that map is almost an accurate one and it is drawn according to a measurement. Now the next portion is called the conventional signs and symbols. It is also a very important portion or an important thing of a map. So many colors are given, so many colorful signs and symbols are given in a map. We can say that in all the maps so many signs and symbols are given. The signs and symbols are used for explaining important things in a map, and some among them are accepted throughout the world. Worldwide acceptance is there, and some are made by the cartographers. Means while making the map, some important places they'll give in sign and symbol, and if the cartographer is giving his own signs and symbols, then it will be specified in a box nearby. That we can call it in as a key and a legend. In key and legend it will be shown. Then the colors used. There are some colors are accepted throughout the world, like dark brown, light brown, dark blue, light blue, green. All these colors are accepted, and when we see that, we can understand itself. It is a dark brown, it's a hilly area. Like that, the dark blue for ocean, light blue for sea. Like that, some are there which is accepted throughout the world. And if some different colors are used by the cartographer, they used to give the specification on the side in the key and legend portion. Now the key and legend portion are index, which where the explanations of the colors, different signs and symbols used on the map will be specified. So these are the 6 important elements of a map. So which are the 6 important elements? They are: the first one is a title, then the second one is directions, third one is a scale, fourth one is conventional signs and symbols, fifth one colors, and sixth one is key and legend. I think all of you understood. Now we'll move to the next part. The 6 elements, we will not discuss everything in detail, but some among them we will give more explanation. The first one is directions. There are 4 main directions. They are north, south, east and west. These 4 directions we call it as cardinal directions, and the remaining 4, that is northwest, northeast, southwest and southeast, are called the intermediary directions. So this 8 directions together we can say that 4 cardinal directions and 4 intermediary directions. So this 8 directions helps us to find the exact location, exact place where it is located. If it is the place is coming between north and east, we call it as northeast. If it is coming between west and south, south and west, we call it as southwest. Like that, it helps us to find the exact direction. Directions of 2, they are cardinal directions and the intermediary directions. Now, what is the importance of a direction? It helps us to know about the movement of celestial bodies. Celestial bodies means stars, planets, moon, or satellites. All these are celestial bodies. So this directions helps us to find the direction of celestial bodies. It helps to find our destination, where we have to go. When we travel in a car or in a bus, or when we travel from one place to another, it is very important to know about the direction. Our navy, our air force, our army, all these are based on direction. Means their activities are based on directions. Now directions are important for the student to study about a map. It also helps the student to study about map. And not only a map, it helps the student to travel, it helps the student to understand his location properly with the help of a direction. Now, what are the things that helps us to find a direction? They are magnetic compass. It's an instrument which we can carry, which helps us to show the direction. It always points towards the north, so that if we get one direction, it is easy to find the remaining one. Then the another one is sunrise and sunset, also helps us to find the direction. The third one is pole star. Pole star is usually used at night to find the direction. Pole star is always seen on the north, so it also helps us to find the direction. Now I'll give you an activity, or I'll show you an activity. A boy is trying to find the direction with the help of rising sun. You can watch that and you can try it in the morning. Let's see that. Directions. Look at the picture given. In the morning, the sun is rising. The direction in which the sun rises is called the east. The boy is facing the rising sun. He is facing the east. Behind him is the west. The sun set in the west in the evening. The boy's left hand points to north and his right hand points to the south. Remember, there are 4 main directions. They are, you can see, east, behind west, then north and south. The directions are opposite to each other. The east is opposite to the west and the north is opposite to the south. Every day the sun rises in the morning in the east and it sets in the west. Now I think all of you understood about how to find the direction with the help of rising sun. Now we will move on to the next portion of our chapter, that is scale on a map. What is a scale? We have already discussed. It's a measurement of a map. The ratio between the map distance and the ground distance is called the scale of a map. So this scale helps the map to make it accurate so that we can find the distance of 2 places on a map. Now what is this distance? It's an important component of our map and it means the space between 2 places. And this distance, if it is long, we'll calculate in kilometers. If it is short, we'll calculate as in meters, centimeter, etc. So this distance and the scale is also very important for a map. And distance is an important component because it tells us about the distance between 2 places or the difference between the 2 places. And scale helps us to find the distance or find the accurate distance between 2 places. If the scale of a map is correct, we can find the distance very easily. I'll show you how to find in this video itself after finishing this portion. Now there are different types of scales are used in a map. Different types of scales. 3 different types are used. One is called a verbal statement method. In a verbal statement method, it is the simplest form. We can say that it's the most simple form. 1 centimeter on the map is equal to 2 kilometers or 20 or 30 or 50 or 100 kilometers on the ground. Next one is a numerical fraction method. In this method, it will be written like a fraction form, like distance on the map by distance on the ground. For example, 1 centimeter, it will be written 1 centimeter by 20 kilometers or 40 kilometers. That means 1 centimeter on the map is equal to 20 or 40 or 100 kilometers on the ground. The next one is a graphical or a linear scale method, and this method is usually used in most of the maps, and it is considered as a simple form and the accurate form. And this is the way in which in your textbook itself the picture is given. You can see it here. It's of 2 parts. The first is called the primary division, and the division on the it's further divided into 2 small parts, the primary and the secondary division. The primary represent on the right side of the 0, that means it's on the right side of 0, and the secondary is in the left side of the 0. It's a graphical representation. We can see that 1 kilometers are also given. That means that small portion 0 to 100, 0 to 1, that small portion on the map is equal to this much miles. 0 to 4 is given like that. The calculations are given on the next side. That means the length can be calculated with the help of this scale. We can use the ruler also for finding the distance and with the help of this scale. So it is considered as the most accurate one, and how to find the scale I'll show you afterwards. Now the next one is conventional signs and symbols. You can see some signs and symbols given here for finding the international, state, district boundaries. We can use such type of lines, and different colors are also given, right? Red color, blue color, like that. Dark colors are given so that it is easy to find the state boundaries, the national boundaries, etc. And different types of this type of signs and symbols are used, which is used throughout the world, and sometimes it is used only for that map. If it is used only for that map, it will be given on the side as key and legend. Otherwise, it is internationally accepted. Then most of the people who know to read the map properly, they can understand it easily. Now the last portion is the colors on a map. These colors are universal or accepted throughout the world. So the first one is green. It is used for forest and plain. Blue for ocean, river, sea and lake. Light brown for plateaus. Dark brown for mountain. And yellow is usually used for agricultural land. So these are the main important elements of a map. And I'll show you an activity or a small video in which the explanation how to find the scale or the distance between two places are given. So you can watch that. And now only one portion of the chapter is remaining. You can read that, you can understand that, and understand it clearly, learn the question answers, start learning the question answers. And in your next portion, I'll give you small activity of fill up questions, and that questions also you can write, you can learn. Some short questions will be given, you can write and learn in the last part of our chapter. I think all of you have finished your question answers, and let's watch the last video.
Well, a cartographer is a person who makes maps and charts. And the art or technique of making maps or charts is called cartography.
Wow! Did you make this map?
Yeah, I made this map.
Super cool! Hey Matt, why are there so many squares on this map?
Oh, these? Well, this is a grid.
Matt, what's a grid?
JC, a grid is basically a pattern of regularly spaced horizontal and vertical lines. Grids help us to estimate areas and distances on maps.
Oh, area and distance both. But how?
JC, look at the map and tell me what's written on the bottom left side.
The scale is 1 centimeter is equal to 200 kilometer.
This is called a map scale.
Matt, what's a map scale?
This means that 1 centimeter on the map is equal to 200 kilometers on the ground. Basically, the side of one square measures 1 centimeter on the map and 200 kilometers on the ground.
Okay.
We need the help of the map scale to find the distance between the two regions.
Oh.
In short, we can say that map scale is the relationship between a unit of length on the map and the corresponding length on the ground.
Okay.
JC, this scale is so accurate that you can even find out the distance between two cities using it.
Can we find the distance between Mumbai and New Delhi?
Sure, JC. Before that, let's find the distance on the map using this ruler. You have to place the ruler in between the two cities and find out the distance.
The distance is 6 centimeter on the map.
Correct, JC. Here, the length 6 centimeters stands for the distance on the map. So, the distance on the ground will be equal to the distance on the map multiplied by 200.
Okay.
That is 6 multiplied by 200, which is equal to 1,200 kilometers.
1,200 kilometers. Okay, so the estimated distance between Mumbai and Delhi is 1,200 kilometers.
Exactly, JC. Now let's find out the distance between other cities. And this time, you will help me.
Oh, sure, Matt.
Let's find out the distance between Srinagar and Thiruvananthapuram.
The distance between Srinagar and Thiruvananthapuram on the map is 15 centimeters.
Yeah, you are right.
Now, the estimated distance between them will be 15 multiplied by 200. That is 3,000 kilometers.
Well done.
So you have seen how to find the distance between two places on a map with the help of map scale. Now you can do this activity at home. In your atlas, one map is there of India. So you can take that, and most of the maps which is given in atlas is having scale. So with that you can find the distance of two places, and this is your activity which you can do. And stay home, stay safe, learn well. Thank you.